y'all, it's Susan with Susan's Country Living. Welcome to the country, welcome to my channel. I hope that you will enjoy this video about planting new potatoes. If you like what you see, be sure to give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel for lots of things that are going on here in the little country town that we live in. So let's get started on getting the potatoes prepared for planting. We're prepping these red potatoes in order to plant them. So what you have to do is look at your potato for the eyes here. This is where they're sprouting already. Any little indentation is a place for them to sprout and produce stems and leaves and eventually potatoes. So what I've done here is I've cut my potatoes. This here, I looked for eyes on each side. This one doesn't have as many. You could also cut these into smaller pieces, but we need to callus them so that when we plant them, they don't rot. And you can lay them on newspaper, paper towels, just anything. It's going to soak up a little bit of the liquid from the potato and make a callus. Some people turn them and let them, they'll callus after a few days. Turn them and let them dry just a little bit more. So these smaller potatoes, I'm just going to leave them whole. They do have quite a few eyes on them, so those three small ones I'm going to leave whole. This one does not have a lot of eyes on this bottom part. There's just two. So you could cut it this way. What I'm probably going to do is just cut it and just discard that bottom part, or I could just plant it whole, which I think that's what I'm going to do. But you can see that we've cut them. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 eyes on it. This one's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then on this end, opposite the stem, that's where it was connected to the plant. There's usually more eyes on the other end of the potato there. So we're going to let these sit out pretty much all week, and then we're going to plant them into grow bags. What I did is I ordered 10-gallon grow bags. I got them from this Gardzin. I think I got them on Amazon, but this was the company that they came from, and they're a very good quality. They're very thick grow bags. I've bought some of these at TSC before that were all connected. What I like about these is they have these handles here on either side. So if you just needed to move it a little bit, you could. They said this is a 10-gallon. It's a little bigger around than a 5-gallon bucket, but about the same height. And these are potato grow bags. They have this little window or little door in them. So, when you're wanting to harvest some of the new potatoes, you can just open that up and reach in there, and you'll probably have to shove some dirt back up in there. But it should, if your soil is moist, it should hold together pretty well, but you could harvest some new potatoes that way, and then the plant can continue to grow. So I'm going to place these either probably on top of some professional grade ground cover fabric that I have my garden covered with, so that water can drain. What's really cool about these is that if different than planting in plastic, they will dry out quicker, but they won't get waterlogged because your potatoes will rot. They will rot if they get too much water. So even though we may get a ton of rain, these are going to dry out quicker. And they also air prune any kind of plant. If you put them in plastic, plants, when the roots reach the side, they'll just start to grow around, where these, they don't do that. So we're going to try these. I have 6 of these. Here, the soil pretty wet because we've had a lot of rain. So I'm just going to put this in by hand first. I'm just putting about a gallon of soil in there to start with, and then I'll place my bags where I want them to be, and then I'll come along and I'll be able to pour the amount of soil that I need into those bags. So we'll see how far these 5 bags go. Okay, so I have my bags with soil in them, and I left about this much at the top. I didn't fill them all the way to the top with soil. And it took 3 of those 2 cubic foot bags to do 6 10-gallon grow bags. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plant some potatoes that I had cut a week ago. You saw me cut those and set those out. And now they've calloused here on the end. They're nice and hard, and I still have some sprouts going on. And I'm going to plant them. I'll probably put possibly 2 if they're, a nice big section like that. If they're smaller, I may put 3. So I'm just going to plant them about from my index finger down here. That's about 3 inches. And this is nice and soft. I'm going to put the eyes facing upward. Here. There's, you can see the cut side. Go down about 3 inches. The eyes facing upward. Probably put a couple of small ones in there also. Just like that. And I'll water these in. We've had a lot of rain. And hopefully we'll get some more, and I won't have to water quite so much. But if it is going to be dry, I'll be having to water pretty much daily, but I don't want it to where it's waterlogged because the potatoes will rot. So that's how to plant potatoes, and you have to prepare them ahead of time. And if you happen to have potato scab, you might want to try above ground. We're going to see how that works for me, because we do have that in our soil, and every time I grow red potatoes, they get potato scab on them, and it doesn't hurt them. We just have to peel them, where normally I'd like to cook them with the skins on because of the nutrition and the fiber that's there. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you plant you some potatoes and get out there and grow your food, and so that you know where your food comes from. Hope y'all have a great planting season. Bye, y'all.